Sound of freedom, that hole just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. So to all the truthers that are in denial and choose not to even entertain this topic, to all the lazy people not even willing to even look at the information presented, you stay over there, you sit on the fence, you do what you need to. Let other people continue digging, because when you dig, all you need to see then is who funded this film. Tim Ballard says one name, Carlos Slim.
Who's paying for this movie to come about?
I think Jim's. Aren't you from the building? A great group of people have come together to invest in this production. Some of them, the Carlos Slim family is involved. From Mexico, JP, John Paul DeJoria.
Fox has helped distributing it.
Really? Yeah, Fox, Century Fox.
And for the folks who don't know who Carlos Slim is, tell them who he is.
He's one of the wealthiest men in the world.
They are really, really bad people. The largest shareholder in the Times is Carlos Slim. Now, Carlos Slim, as you know, comes from Mexico. He's given many millions of dollars to the Clintons and their initiative. So Carlos Slim, largest owner of the paper from Mexico. Reporters at the New York Times, they're not journalists. They're corporate lobbyists for Carlos Slim and for Hillary Clinton. We're going to let foreign corporations and their CEOs decide the outcomes of the... You just can't do this. We can't let this happen. We are not going to let it happen where they decide the outcome of our elections. They can't do it, and we're not going to let it happen.
If you look into Carlos Slim, because that's all it takes, just a little look in, comes back to the Clinton Foundation. In fact, he donated millions to him, one of the biggest donors to the Clintons. So the funder of this film, that Tim Ballard knows quite well, is coming back to the Clinton Foundation. Just a coincidence, they say.
The boundaries within the political elite are blurred with global decisions based on scenarios of a written future. This is done by focusing on the objectives of international organizational visions of a post-society without nation-states. Politicians are members of bigger societies that are interconnected, though many appear as opposites through false subjection, becoming tools in a bigger role where they are agents of the agenda, creating the illusion of a global dream for the sleeping masses while working for the real rulers who are behind public governments. Dark energy is used by these politicians to shape public opinion to be in line with the interest of the ruling elite. The agenda and what is meant to be presented to the masses is ritualized by cabal powers in secrecy. Thereafter, the people are in divination by the algorithms of digital media, the NGOs, and the activist campaigns, whose aim is to dismantle the current world order. The politicians respond and build up the energy that is emerging to harness and then alienate the people behind them with goals driven by occult destiny, which were already set long beforehand from the very beginning. The planetization of the esoteric is the interfaith passage, which fuels the spirituality of the New Age movement. This carries heavy influence over politics and religious community in ecology as a new planetary technological worship. The occult draws this power from ancient Egyptian and Babylonian practices of the same nature. Worship of the elements of matter, which predates the Christian era by thousands of years. Secret societies have hidden the true nature of this doctrine in the veil of Christianity to avoid persecution by the masses, as the cabal was before found guilty of occultism and idolatry in Europe and driven out by the people. In later modern times, they had to give humans something to fight and defend in God. That's why they wrote the Bible, to lead human value to the hand of God's judgment. Masonic brotherhoods in the Rosicrucian Order and the Knights Templar are credited with writing the Bible, and specifically the Book of Revelation, which describes in symbolic definition events of the apocalypse for ending the current religious world order. The Book of Revelation was hermetically coded to reveal its true meaning to patriarchs of esoteric teachings. Through the ages, Masonry has been the keeper of the mystery doctrine, which is esoteric occult conventions only revealed to the illuminated. Energy warfare is psychological strategy adapted to militarized AIs on a global scale in order to drive long-term goals. Elitists highly improvise the use of black energy techniques with how people are affected by political event media. Science introduces new ideas through social happenings that cultivate the life force of the masses in changing them over lengthy periods. Energy harnessing is used to draw people into cult followings, which triggers built-in emotional responses as the minds of the people have been simplified with negative lifestyles that they cannot see past. Because of the damage that has been done, anything beyond normalized living is too complex for coming into, leaving them with no spiritual insight other than their role as a social being. This is an energy trap that is repeated consistently to continuously direct cognition into a large-scale mass following. Science is the aim of all religions that are really one, and these doctrines are used to shape a society based on the world reaching the omega point, which is known as the end of the human race, where nation states are gone and the people are reborn as a technologically interconnected subspecies to serve under a new single planetary objective. Behind their New World Order is the age to control life and creation and all living resources. Essentially, a new Genesis is playing out. They are all the same in their societies, and modern culture is the normalization of humanity with fashioning this wicked nature. If you conform to the narrative of society, you forfeit your free will to salvation from this world when you choose to follow the path of modern societies. Once the blood is damaged, the person cannot come to know identity, and without identity, there can be no salvation from this prison. The blood is the body's connection to the spirit and the soul's passage of light as information processes into the living, leading to a new state of divine higher self. Poisoning the bloodstream corrupts the crossing into deliverance from darkness. The rite of passage is denied because of mistakes made in the living. Nothing ever with what they say or do is about saving lives. Living in a higher standard of spiritual form is what saves lives from this world. This is the answer that lies before you.
Someone implant a microchip into your hand if you would receive $2,000 a month in return for getting a chip put in your hand. You heard me right. We'll give you universal basic income, basically, to 2,000 euros, $2,000 a month, if you allow us to put a microchip in your hand. That's exactly what's about to happen as part of the rollout of the central bank digital currencies. This is how this new system would operate. According to them, the Bank for International Settlements, the new reserve currency, forget the dollar as you know it basically. This will be the new reserve currency, which is how they want to label it and how they are labeling it. This would be used to settle all transactions. As everyone moves away from the US dollar right now, this seems like perfect timing to be moving to this new system. So are they purposefully torpedoing the US dollar? Federal Reserve, literally on their website, loves and talks about the benefits of expiring currency, the expiration of currency. And hey, China's already doing it, in part. So there's already limitations and expiration of currency. We already have this, and the Fed is openly talking about this on their website. Think this is a dream? Okay, just wait until it happens.
The question is, what are you doing to change yourself from the system? Right now, the people are involved with all the wrong people, places, and things, which are by design to block them from having all the healthy and beautiful parts of life that are here for them. Most of the world is afraid of change because they do not know any other way, and that scares them to their core. Yes, it requires complete changes to your entire life, and that means losing a lot of people, places, and things. But after that, you begin to have everything you need outside of this world coming into you, so that when you do touch back down into the world, you have all the right people, places, and things for you.